Next round of presentations are going to be features, or around the subject of features. So again, same rules apply. 10 minutes presentation, and we'll do some questions at the end. So without further ado, let me present the first speaker, who is Ferran Reyes from Vocdoni, and he is going to present. Here he is. He's going to present the voting module that Vocdoni has built. So, round of applause for Ferran. Applause yours, mate.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you for having me here. I'm Ferran Reyes, I'm co-founder of Vocdoni, and I will show you today how we are integrating secure digital voting into Decidim, and why also we are believing that is the way that we should do it. We are a project doing digital voting, secure digital voting, and we are doing it in a way that maybe it will be a bit different about other projects that are also doing digital voting. We combine technology that creates a lot of fights at dinner tables, is blockchain, and we also combine it with zero-knowledge proofs and homomorphic encryption. And I will explain you later why we are doing that. So the problem that we're trying to solve is that voting systems are broken. I don't have to say why paper voting has its limitations. Of course, it's expensive, it doesn't scale, so if we want to deepen on democracy, we have to do it differently, and that's why we are here. And centralized digital voting, that is what we have nowadays, are based on centralized systems, are closed systems that, of course, are even worse a lot of times than paper-based voting solutions. So this is a step back on what we can have. How we can solve this, for us, is easy, with a protocol that checks all the marks of what is a legit digital voting, and with a platform that covers all the governance needs of organizations, from proposals until ratification. There have been decades of academia, public authorities, private companies trying to solve digital voting, and after decades, none of them check all the marks for legitimate digital voting. But now, even if maybe you will hate me, thanks to the combination of blockchain technology and advanced cryptography mechanism, we can achieve all the needed requirements for guarantees of secure digital voting. On one hand, it has to be verifiable by anyone, not just the auditors or not just after like a wall. It must be anonymous. That means that not even the organization of the people that manages the vote can see who vote for what. It has to be flexible, so it adapts to any voting scenario. That also let us reimagine democracy, because then we can, I don't know, use quadratic voting or different types of voting methods. And this is really important, and that's why we are using blockchain. The configuration of the voting should be immutable and public for anyone. That means that not the data of the members, not anything else, but when the voting starts, who is legitimate to vote, when the vote ends, and what are the different methods that will be used for the recount. All this has to be public, so anyone can see that the voting process, the code is open source, but also the execution of the voting of this open source, of the code is also being done as it should be. It should be scalable and affordable, because if no one can use it, then it doesn't have any impact. It has to protect against vote coercion and vote buying, and it has to be independent, as I was saying, of any central authority, including the organization that executes the vote. We always say that the legal system is slow and doesn't meet the needs, or doesn't meet what the habits of the society. But in the case of digital voting, it's not that true. For 20 years, we have already getting recommendations from the Council of Europe, any other institutions, and slowly, especially after COVID, these recommendations have been solidified in laws, and this allows us to know what is a poll and what is an election, because they are both useful tools, but this is not the same to do, I don't know, like a poll for signaling of your citizens than doing a referendum to decide if you will put a crematorium or not on your town, or if you're doing an annual general meeting of an organization where there is like two people fighting for the presidency, you know? So in this case, we have been seeing at Vocdoni many organizations that before they were coming to us saying like, oh, we never did digital voting and we need to do a digitalized annual general meeting. For example, because of COVID, can you like please solve this for us? This was like 2-3 years ago. Nowadays, some organizations, especially organizations that have high-stake votes, they come to us saying, hey, we want a digital voting, but make sure that these requirements are met. And these are the type of organizations that come to us. Of course, if an organization that is, you know, like a cooperative of 100 members, they don't probably need this. But organizations that, like our city council or a political party, they need all these guarantees. And there it comes how we are thinking that this should be. For us, it's important that we separate the voting protocol, that has to be something that is neutral, that anyone can use, from the platform in which, or the interfaces in which this is used. And for us, it's really important that a technology like this is available for people in the platform that they use. For us, Decidim is the most complete platform, and it allows for like to cover all the a lot of governance scenarios and steps. And that's why we almost 2 years ago, we started with the mates of Pokecode that I guess are here, this voting module that is a proof of concept with which you can already like try to do a vote like an AGM with a single choice. And that's why we're also looking for collaborators. I don't have to say all this is open source, to improve this model, to deepen the integration with Decidim, for example, with identity authentication systems, because for us it's really important. Oh, sorry. For us, it's really important. Sorry, to have the people identified with an identification and authentication in the system, because otherwise people don't participate, because they need to have an easy user experience. We want to enable the anti-coercion properties of our protocol, of our new protocol that I was presenting before. We want to improve the flow, add different types of voting methods, upgrade it to the Decidim 0-31, and we're looking for collaborators to be able to do this on 2026. And yeah, that's all. I will be like around also to answer for questions, and if you're interested, we can see the way we can collaborate. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ferran. As if the cornerstone of all digital democracy, having a secure platform to vote is very, very important. Without further ado, let me bring up our next speaker. From Oaktree, we've got Hadrian, who is going to demo us his WhatsApp integration using Decidim. So, applause for Hadrian, and yeah, let's get started.
We're all Adrian. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Guillaume from Oaktree, work with Adrian and Lucien. I'll just give a brief context intro to what we're going to show and what we did with WhatsApp, and Adrian will go more into what we actually did and how it functions. We were mandated by the Norwegian Church Aid, which is a Norwegian humanitarian organization that is present in 30 countries, who had received funding from the Norwegian Innovation Agency, so the Norwegian state innovation agency, to develop a product that would enhance participation for the humanitarian sector. We convinced them to do it with Decidim, and they chose Pemba Island in Tanzania as the pilot location. So Pemba Island is an island as part of the Zanzibar archipelago, but contrary to Zanzibar itself, Pemba is not touristic at all. It's very rural. There's only 5 hotels on the whole island, so it's very different from the next island, which is Zanzibar, with millions of hotels and tourists. They chose that location specifically because it was a humanitarian context, but not a conflict area. So we were trying to build a tool for participation, for community building. We're not trying to use Decidim in humanitarian relief or disaster relief. That's the context. Maybe I can advance. And then I'll pass it on quickly, but some of this context brought some constraints. So we had to use WhatsApp. Why do we have to use WhatsApp? It's because people are on WhatsApp. They don't use other messaging apps. Strangely enough, sometimes when I was there, because I actually went there to do the implementation, the internet doesn't work. Other messaging apps don't work. Only WhatsApp functions. So that's why we had to choose, and we're stuck on WhatsApp. Then Tanzania, as the democratic context in Tanzania is not that strong, I would say. Tanzania is not a democracy. This year was an election year. The current president was re-elected with 98% of the votes, and they shut down internet for 3 days before the election. So we first tried to do the first pilot talking about politics, and making people talk about politics, how they feel about politics. This revealed to be extremely complicated, and we'll go into more details. And then that will be my last word. We had to translate Decidim in Swahili for that. So now Decidim is available in Swahili for anyone who needs Decidim in Swahili. And it's all on Crowdin.
Great. Is it working? Yes. I just tap it and that's it. Okay, okay. So what we have done for the WhatsApp integration, our take on that is, first of all, we don't want to have like a WhatsApp integration that then is very hard to maintain. So how we did this is more focus on the API side of Decidim to have like a read-write operations on various systems, and also being able to handle users. So basically you enter inside the WhatsApp and you just say something and you have your account created automatically with anonymous emails, and you can start participating without any further steps. But I will run, no. It's starting. Whew. Okay, so it's quite long, so I will continue talking while the demo is running. So basically, the WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp, you say just start, and then it will display a participatory process. So you have one number per participatory process. And in the participatory process, you can have different components like blogs and proposals. And when they are published, then it displays in the menu, but you can then, for example, read the guide where you can have different blog posts that show one after the other. And it was quite straightforward to go from Decidim to WhatsApp, but we had like a lot of issues with Facebook that is changing API stuff.
Excuse me,
focus on explaining the video because it's segmented.
Yeah.
After there's browse proposals.
Okay.
So now I can go back.
No, sorry. Because it's showing something.
Okay.
So now we're at browse proposal.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Let's explain everything.
It's running.
It's running, cool. And then you have proposals. So in the proposals, you have two things. You can see the proposals that have already been submitted, or you can submit new proposal. So when you submit a new proposal, you will just like ask for title, and ask for content. And then it will be saved automatically inside the Decidim. And you can always like go back in the Decidim instance and edit your proposal if you want to edit. So here you have the title, and then it validates, it asks for the body of the proposal. Then it confirms, do you want to submit your proposal, yes or no? And when you submit it, then you're now an auto. And the funny thing that is not in this demo is when it's accepted and we go for voting, you receive a link to actually share to everyone to say, hey, vote on my proposals, and then they can directly access the proposal from the WhatsApp chatbot. So here it's the login process, so it's with magic links. So you write login and you get a magic link that you click and you access directly to your Decidim instance. It's a no-click, no operation. And then you can, for example, edit the proposal and give some more context from the WhatsApp. Yeah.
We were super creative.
Yeah, it was kind of creative. Okay. Then you have the votes. So what we did on the vote is we support different kind of voting. It's the simple voting or the card voting. In this platform, they use more the cards. So the card is basically a free option thing with an abstention. So you will see now you have the proposal, and then you have like, you can disagree, you have a neutral, agree, or you can skip or go back to the menu. And this allows like to have all the votes, and they are displayed randomly. So every time you access, it will display you in a random state. And when you have done voting everything, it's done and you can go back on your activities. So the hard thing was actually to design this chatbot and all the operation that you can say. So it's a stateful chat. Is it? Okay, I stay here. So it was quite hard to design all the flows to say, okay, it's a state, now I am writing a proposal, but suddenly you get some new information. Where do you want to go? Like, oh, I write a login in the middle of a proposal process, where do I go? So we needed to design all the process flow. And the same thing for the votation, where you have like the vote, and then you show the proposal, you vote, thank you, and where do you go? So we had all these different flows that were implemented, and we had also the meeting and meeting reminders. Like every week, you receive like a notification on your WhatsApp saying, "Hey, we have a meeting on this week about this process, and here are the details for the meeting." So here is the API that we have done. So it's a RESTful API that you can. That is publicly available, where you have different resources, where you can read and write on the different proposals. And we have an export functionality to have like clients in the Node, in Python, in R, in very lot of language, where you can just say import Decidim and then use the Decidim API. The challenge with us is the security aspect. Like Facebook in 1 year changed the API 3 times without notice, and then suddenly some templates didn't work or some things didn't work well. We had some issue with UX because when you write things in the chatbot, it must be very small, and the Decidim, most of the time, it's a big text, so we need to have a lot of work on how actually we can squeeze all the texts. And the context-specific challenge, so how can we be fully anonymous as much as possible, because you're on WhatsApp, no? So how to balance all this thing to be able to gather proposals in this kind of context.
No, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so what's next? We're gonna improve the API endpoints and trying to have more implementation on WhatsApp service and having more different gateways, like different workflows that we can implement, more than just chatbots. And what we dream of is to upgrade to something called Typebot, that is a bit of a Zapier for chatbots, where you can have all the building blocks of Decidim that can be with a no-code drag together to actually make flows and create some chatbots that are not dependent to WhatsApp but can be used on other messaging app. So that's the direction where we are going. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Very, very, very impressive, guys. Thanks so much. On to our last two of this little session that we've got going. I'm going to introduce the guys from Pokecode, Pau and Ivan, if they are presenting. Are you presenting, guys? You coming? No? Yeah? Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, you're getting mic'd up? Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll just talk about what they're going to discuss, but I believe they're also going to be demoing a powerful election module, which is being implemented inside of Decidim. Oh, here comes Pau now. Anyway, warm welcome for Pau.
Super nice. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Hello? Now it's better? Okay, I'm waiting for Ivan because Pokecode without Ivan it's not possible. So yeah, we are going to explain you the new model that is introduced in the version 31. It's the elections component. Well, first of all, we are going to do a demo because in Pokecode our marketing and communication sucks, and we just do work and we don't know how to spread the communications. But for example, we are also the creators of the Decidim awesome and most of the models that you may use in your platform. So you use Pokecode in some part of your platforms, and also we collaborate with a lot of people of you, and we are very proud. So today what we are going to do it's a demo because as I said to you before, we are not good in marketing, so we prefer to show our work, and we think that we are a reliable technology partner. So this is why we are going to do a demo, and if it's not working, let's hope for the best. So. Well, meanwhile, I wait, Ivan. Pokecode, it's a company found before 3 years and a half. We are only focused on Decidim. We are the first Decidim providers. Ivan and I, we are outsiders. 8 years ago, when the City Council of Barcelona opened the meetings every month to do a community, Ivan and I will participate, and we fell in love in the project. And now we thought that technological partner only focused on Decidim can bring some love also to the community. So right now we are a team of 5 people. Elvia, Anna, and David it's here. We are very proud that Elvia and Anna, they are one of the few women that contribute directly to the core of Decidim, and we thought that this is a very nice thing. So if you want to go straight with what we are going to do.
I can speak louder maybe. Hello, is it working? Not working, no? I just wanted to say that what's the need for an elections module in Decidim? It's because you all can already vote on many things like proposals, budgeting, things like that. One of the needs come from the need that you need to vote on something that you need to go through all the options, right? For instance, you have to see all the questions and vote on all of them, no? Like just like mimicking a physical voting process. But Ferran, before was talking about the Vocdoni model, which also helped to create, but that was a super secure way of voting. But we also needed a less secure, a more at the moment way of creating votations for more casual things to decide, no? Or in a context when you can, for instance, trust the organization a little bit more, no? And you don't need a cryptography in this case. So we think that's a complement to the other option. It's far away from me. You can. All right. Better now? Oh, so sorry. I'm not going to be talking a little bit much. It's going to be a Pau's job, because what I'm going to do now is we're thinking about this presentation. What can you do different, no, in a participatory software presentation? And let's say, let's be wild and let's, I don't know, participate. Okay. So now I'm going to be the postman. So I'm going to be around, and I invite you to. Let me first see if I can put one here. We're going to invite you to live voting process right now. Okay? Is it okay here, more or less? Okay? Yeah. Mitch? No, not in the middle. Okay, right here. But I'm going to go around, okay?
Okay, so meanwhile, Ivan is spreading the papers. Here you have the QR, so you can vote in the voting that we prepare. I just want to say that this module, it's because, as you may know, in the 27 version we have the consultations module, and it was deprecated. So we have conversations with the Decidim association, and also as we have little companies, cooperative that they use a lot consultations, we thought that it was really neat to have a free voting space, and this was possible thank you to these organizations who fund the module. Which one is the Decidim association itself, and a cooperative that is called Som Connexió, another cooperative that is called Som Energia that Nuria presents afterwards, and also the political party of Comuns, which they give the budget to do that, and also we have agreed with a product team, and this election component will be in the 31 version for everyone. So what we are going to do, I don't know if you are prepared with the voting. I'm going to enable a question. So I don't know if in your mobile phones is working.
You should see like waiting for the next question. I have to say that there's different types of elections, right? So this is the typical one that you mimic a physical voting process, that you go into a cabin, your booth, no, and you choose a lot of questions, and then you send your vote, right? You cast it. But there's another type of voting process. That's the one we're going to do right here. It's like in a live event, just like now. Okay, so we're going to throw questions to you at some point, and you can answer. And meanwhile, there's no question available. You will see this waiting for the next question. You don't have to do anything. You just come up. The next question is going to come up automatically. Okay.
Exactly. So right now you are voting, and you are voting the first question. Oh, it's a little bit hard for me. So this is the dashboard of the Decidim platform. For example, here it would work as a component, right? So here we have the new election. So I just prepare a little bit of. I'm just going to show you how it works. So here we put the title. Here we put the description. We can also add image, and then it's the calendar setting. I have to say that this module is inspired with the Vocdoni module, so thanks a lot that we learned a lot of this experience. We can set a manual start or an automatical start, and here we define the end time. So for example, today we are this.
I activated the next question if you want to look at it.
Exactly. So what Ivan explained to you, for example, is that we have 3 systems to show the results. One is in real time, the other one is question by question, and the after election is done. So this is the first tab. You will have to use to that kind of do things because I think that product, they like tabs right now. So this will be like the way to do questions. You create yourself here the questions. So this question will be to do an election of the next president of Catalonia.
Super secure,
Super secure, exactly.
all the guarantees.
And here we can choose if it's a single option or a multiple option. In that case, we will put a single option. And we have these 3 candidates.
I have to say, while you're doing this, that would be nice to have more options, right? So we are open to create more types of questions you can ask in election.
Okay, so the 3 candidates is Carol, Andrés, and Bru. They can represent very well the Catalan feeling. And because I remember that yesterday in the workshop, most of you, we said we want to vote candidates, and also we want to introduce items in the agenda. So for example, we have another question, which will be a multiple option, which we can introduce different items in the agenda. So for example, include a local chapter in Switzerland, but the proposal has to be like 300 pages. Another one is approve a funding for European Union of 100 million for the Decidim Association. And the last one is relocate the headquarters of Decidim and the partners also to Brazil, specifically to Copacabana. So I think that we will be more happy. And then we have the part of the census. Here, for example, now you're using a silly census, for example, that you have to introduce a film, and it will be like the password. It's a very accessible. You don't need to be registered. Also, it's developed to do by tokens. That tokens, for example, you can add your email, your mobile, or any national identity, plus a token that it will give like a secret password for everyone, so you can spread to be more secure. Also, you can use the registered participants that you can use the defined verifiers that you already have. So, for example, if we have what is the census? Organization census. Okay, Ivan, if you can move, I don't see.
Yes,
thank you.
sorry. One thing about this part of the census is this part is made through an interface. So you have an application, it's the same as an authorization system. You can create your own census source, your source of truth in this case, and you can take this data from wherever you want, make the logic you want in order to validate this data. So you can create as many census different. So but that's why we created this silly census in an hour yesterday, just using the interface, create like this little SDK inside. So it's prepared to be like expanded for easily.
So you enable the second question, Ivan, also?
All of them already.
All of them?
Yes, been doing it. Because
so now
over here, he said we had 3 minutes, like 5 minutes ago.
Okay. Okay, and I think that also you can vote the third question, that it's what features do you think that can be integrated? So here, for example, we can see the
What I'm going to do now is publish results, okay? For the first one, for instance. If you renew the page, just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to publish the second one.
So now, as you can see in the question by question, we can publish the results itself. And now, I don't know if you publish the third question also.
All of them already.
Okay. So we can see that the third question, it was what functionality do you think could improve the component? And we put like weighted voting, like ponderations, delegation voting capacity, or being able to create your census from scratch. And as Pokecode, we are so bad in marketing, we have to say that this is already done. So this is the other module that we present. It's a corporate governance. So in this sense, if you go to the participants, it's here, participants, you will find this corporate governance. So here, what you can do, for example, is to, in the first case, to say that this corporate governance is active, so you can use it. You can use it as a verifier if you want. It will work with emails, with mobile phones, or combining the two methods to be more robust. And also here you can define the different ponderations. So for example, if you are in the coordination committee, your vote is per 5. If you are a mortal like us, it's just one vote per person. Here you have another tab that is the participants. Here is, imagine that you are a small organization and you don't have like a CRM. So you can build your own CRM here. So you can just put all the emails of the people. And also here you can set if you want delegations, for example, and you can set how many delegations have per person. So with all of that, for example, I'm going to edit the census here. And I will put the corporate governance, this one. I will put corporate governance. Here I have to set which corporate governance setting we are using. And now we can publish the election.
You need to publish many things, but you get the idea, I guess.
I start the election. No, here I have to start the election. So now you can vote, and also if you have delegated votes, you will see here. So for example, I choose Carol. I always go with Carol.
We know what we're doing. She's a product manager.
So here we cast the vote. It's the same that you done, and here you can vote on behalf. In this case, let's go for Carol always. And in Brazil. So you cast your vote, and now you will see that we have a different tabs here in the results. So you can see the weighting voting and the set of weightings. So for example, you can see that Carol have 6 votes because one coordination committee vote for 5 and the other for 1. And yeah, that's what we done. And thank you very much for listening to us.
Congratulations, guys. Always creative, your presentations, as always. Thank you. So, our last speaker in our feature slot is Artur, and he's going to give a lovely presentation on volunteer recruitment and the management platform, which is also powered by Decidim. So give him a warm welcome. Floor's yours, mate.
Eversis company. Okay, now you can hear me. I'm Artur Szpojankowski from Eversis company, and I wanted to show you the volunteering platform that we created based on Decidim. Here is the button. So the idea to create this application came from the city of Warsaw. We are the contractor and we are just creating this application. And this is a part of a broader initiative from the Warsaw to create participatory applications. There are already 2 applications running, participatory budgeting and consultations. Full disclosure, we did not create those 2. We are now working on Warsaw volunteers. So the application, aim of the application is to allow organizations to create accounts and then create volunteering offers for the citizens of Warsaw, and then for the citizens to apply to those actions. As you can see, we updated the look of the Decidim. And one of my favorite examples is the search results page. If you remember how it looks in base Decidim, we slightly updated the look just so it's a little bit cleaner. But the main part that we worked on is the module offers. This is the main part that allows us to fulfill all the requirements and functionalities needed to make it possible for organizations to create and manage volunteering offers. This is the view of the volunteer, a simple list of available offers that you can filter. And we created a few sub-modules that I will briefly touch upon. I won't be showing how to create offers because, well, time constraints. This is the view of the specific offer. The volunteer can read all the important details, and if they want, they can join this event. This is the view in CMS from the organization that is creating offer. They can either accept or reject a volunteer. We also changed the functionality of messages. There is no global messages. When an organization is creating an offer and people are applying to this offer, they can send messages only to those people who applied. And they can send either to a group or specific person. Next is events. So let's imagine that an offer is for helping elderly people. Organizations, thanks to events, can create specific events in different times and places. So it is easier to manage this volunteering effort. And this is the view of the volunteer that can join in the same way as they can join a volunteering offer. Next up are work cards or timesheets. And this is a way for organization to issue a confirmation that a person took part in an event and spent some time on it. This is, I think, mostly useful for students or people ordered by the judge to do some community work. Next is a document generator. Here we have a list of templates that can be created by each organization. And some templates can be provided already by the City Hall. Document generator is quite simple, really. We have the name and text editor that allows you to create any document you want, put some images there. Or, this is, I think, most important, we have predefined tags that can be used. So when the volunteer downloads a document, it is personalized to them. And since the volunteering actions can be quite big, we allow organizations to create roles that volunteers can apply to. Those roles can be anything they want. I imagine that it's something like coordinator or instructor. And I did talk about events, but I also talked only about volunteers and organizations. We have another type of user called partner. Partners can create separate events for both volunteers and organizations. And this is not volunteering action, this is something like conference or training for people. And I want to talk what we changed about the user from the base Decidim. We did not touch about anything about organization and administrator, but we created three roles that I already talked about: volunteer, coordinator or organizer, and partner. And we also changed a little bit the registering process. When creating an account, you can select if you want to be a volunteer or organizer. As you can see, the partner is missing. There is a separate process to become a partner, and you have to be invited by administrator. And that's basically it. We will be releasing this application sometime in December this year. We will make the code of this application available on GitHub of the City of Warsaw. Right now, if you go to there, you can access code of those two other applications that I talked about at the beginning of the presentation. And perhaps next year we'll be able to come here and talk about our success stories or maybe lessons learned. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Artur. Well, that wraps up features slot, and I think we have some time for questions. I'm sure you guys have many. Yeah. Have we got microphones for? Perfecto. Yeah.
It's for Pokecode. In which version of the platform is available the component you share? Sorry. 31. Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
This is for the Voca team. I don't know where you went. Hi. Have you had interest from other clients or Decidim users for the WhatsApp feature? Will you continue developing it and spreading it?
So right now we are just working with the Norwegian Church Aid, who will be piloting a second use case in Zambia, and they will, and then maybe looking into financing with Innovation Norway V2 of the chatbot. But at that stage we're doing that, and we're exploring if others want to use chatbot. We've been having demands, but we're still keeping it a bit closed for NCA for now, just to test it and make sure it functions.
Any more questions? No? Oh, yeah. Well, since I'm closer to David, I'll give it to David.
My question is also for the Voca team. I wanted to know about why WhatsApp is the only technical or digital solution that they can use. Is it a problem of network neutrality, or is there something else that I might not know?
Hi. Whoa. Yeah, so it's more about the accessibility of technology, because the packages where you can buy internet and megabytes are WhatsApp Unlimited and nothing else. And it's the most used thing. So we didn't have that much chance. And they can't access the Decidim through the browser because it's too heavy. Yeah.
Okay, the Vocdoni guy is here.
The Vocdoni guys?
Yeah.
Where are they?
I have a question about their business model.
Business model?
Yeah.
So, okay. So basically, there is like a token that you can buy to pay for the votes, depending on the volume of the voting, the length of the voting. And there is like a curve that make it super cheap for organizations that are small, and it increases as the organizations grow. But even if we use blockchain technology, we came from cryptography sector, and also from blockchain sector, but from people working on the centralized technologies like Gifinet and other organizations like that. So we are not focus on the Web3 or all this mess of having to have a wallet and all these things. So you can just buy the token with a credit card, with a so it's payment gate, and then you can execute the vote by cost. It costs you, but anyone can build a business model on top of the protocol, because the protocol is open and it's not owned by anyone. In this case, a new protocol that we are just launching, and so anyone can, for example, build a subscription model on top of the protocol or any other type of thing, and then they can have their own interface or their own intermediary, or their own payment gateway for that.
I think one last question from Ben.
Yeah, so thanks for the presentations, everyone. Really cool stuff. And I have a question for the Octree folks. I'm curious, you had mentioned that maybe a future kind of horizon for these projects would be to expand to other chat platforms, and you talked about the work that was put into rethinking the interaction patterns for the chatbot interface. And I'm just curious if you feel like there are kind of design lessons learned that could be applied, right, that could expand beyond the necessity of having to use a chatbot-based interaction pattern because it's on WhatsApp. It could be expanded to, could we use chatbot as an interface to Decidim more broadly, even if it's in a web browser, even if it's at a desktop, right? Is there something about the accessibility experience or the maybe a heightened sense of interactivity or personalization even that we could abstract out of the WhatsApp implementation and maybe bring to other platforms as options for participant interactions?
Hi, thanks for the question. I think the point is like on a web interface, you have a lot of text and explanation of things, and it's not that direct that on the chatbot. So the learning lessons is really to care first on the WhatsApp and the chatbot interface and what are the dialogues, where do we go, and then after looking at the Decidim and how can we adapt the Decidim to actually have something that is usable in the web browser. But from our experiments, anything that is built on Decidim can be implemented in a chatbot, and the good thing is nothing new to learn. You access the chatbot in its text and you answer by text. So it's really enhanced the accessibility, and it can be on WhatsApp, but on any other text message. Just the text interface is something that is much more simpler to get in and to start participating. Does it answer?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just imagining that we could have. Right, thanks. In terms of interaction pattern, you could implement a chatbot on any given Decidim instance that's accessible in a browser window, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And just instead of it like clicking around to find the things that you're looking for, you could chat to locate a process or a proposal, etc.
Exactly. The only tricky thing is if you want to ingest all the logic for just one vendor of like WhatsApp, then you are locked in. So it's really about design the technology to actually not be locked inside a WhatsApp. And our proof of concept now is locked in WhatsApp. And in the next phase with NCA, we want to lock out WhatsApp to be able to use other text messages. Yes.
But if I can just add on the first part that you mentioned, what's really a learning that we did on that project, and what's really interesting is that because the users only use Decidim through WhatsApp, the actual Decidim platform looks very strange because we use the components and the functionalities differently than if you're using them as a web interface. So if you access the platform if I send you the links to the platform people that know Decidim, you go on it, you will be surprised by how the information is structured. But on WhatsApp, it looks good. So,
well, thank you guys. We're going to have to wrap up that session. We have one more session after, which is participatory processes. But a round of applause for the presenters. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much. And I'll hand off to Andreas to host the last session of Lightning Talks.